Here is a quick look at the highlights from the $31 million Central States signature auction. The 1875 $3 gold coin has almost since the beginning been renowned as a sought-after rarity. In 1906, a complete 1875 proof set was sold for $430. By 1911, the $3 coin alone sold for $610 in the William Wooden sale. With an original mintage of only 20 coins, a chance to obtain one of these for an advanced collection doesn't come around very often. This coin is graded by PCGS as Proof 64 Cameo, and at auction in 2025 was sold for $252,000. The 1793 Strawberry Leaves Flowing Hair Reef Scent poses an ongoing puzzle for both the numismatist and collector, the name referring to small strawberry leaves added to the design just above the date. There is no clear indication or original documentation surviving to explain this seemingly random addition to the design, or its subsequent removal. Add to that the fact that only 4 coins are known to exist, and it seems likely that this was a pattern or a trial coin of some description. This example is graded as G4 by PCGS, and even in this low grade, the coin still managed to attract a final bid of $312,000. The 1907 rolled rim with periods Indian head eagle is a curious case. It was created to solve several technical issues with the original 1907 wire rim coin of the same description, and as many as 31,500 coins, possibly even more, were even minted, all set for circulation. But then, at the very last minute, all except for 50 of these coins were ordered to be destroyed. None officially saw circulation, as the 50 pieces were used as gifts or presentation coins to wealthy or influential Washington-type muckety-mucks at the time. This stunning survivor is graded as MS-65 and achieved a final price of $324,000 at auction. 1798 is a busy year and potentially somewhat confusing one for collectors of early silver dollars. There were 2 reverse designs used, both the small eagle like this coin and the heraldic eagle, and on the small eagle reverse type there are both 13 and 15 star versions of the obverse to be found, with more still varieties on the heraldic eagle as well. This is a small eagle with 15 stars on the obverse, and one with a stellar pedigree from the Eliasberg, Cardinal, and Sherman collections. Graded by PCGS as MS-62, it attained a final price of $360,000 at auction. Despite the US Mint being created by law in 1792 and starting official coining operations by 1793 on a more serious scale, the silver dollar, the mainstay representation of American coins, would not see daylight until 1794 for the first time, and even then only 1,758 coins would be minted. And today, less than 150 of those original silver dollars have managed to survive, making any 1794 flowing hair silver dollar a hotly contested prize. This specimen, with a grade of XF40 from PCGS, was sold by auction's close for $384,000. The first circulating coin struck under the authority of the new US Mint was done in 1792. That auspicious honor can only belong to a single coin issue, and this 1792 silver half-diem, or the equivalent of what would be a 5-cent coin in today's parlance, was indeed that same coin, struck under the direct directive of the then Secretary of State, Thomas Jefferson, who deposited the silver to be used for the coins personally to create the initial striking of 1,500 coins, of which fewer than 150 are left surviving today. This exemplary piece is graded by PCGS as MS-64, and by auction's final call it had sold for $432,000. The seated Liberty 20 cent was only minted from 1875 to 1878. The last two of those years were proof-only issues, meaning that the coin was only struck at the Carson City Mint for 2 years. And after only 10,000 coins were minted in 1876, the mint ordered any coins not yet released to be melted down, due to how unpopular the denomination ultimately was. Today, only 16 coins can be identified, making it one of the rarest circulating or regular issue coins out there. This example is graded by PCGS as MS-64 and was once a part of the illustrious Eliasberg collection. $444,000 was the closing price at auction for this coin. The gold $4 stellars are some of the most peculiar coins to come from the US Mint. Technically, they are pattern coins, as they never actually circulated, minted in both 1879 and 1880 with two different obverse designs: the flowing hair design from Charles Barber and the coiled hair version by George Morgan. Mintages weren't exactly recorded precisely either, with estimates for this 1879 coiled hair coin sitting between 20 and 25 coins minted, with around half that number remaining today. This example is a beautiful Proof 62 example from PCGS, sold here for $576,000. The 1803 silver dollar, or more specifically, silver dollars dated as 1803, were the last of these coins minted for nearly 3.5 decades, and in 1876 a small number of proof versions of these 1801, 02, and 1803 dollars surfaced at auction. These coins have since been proven to be Novadels, or later restrikes produced at the mint, or again, more accurately, by personnel at the mint. Today, only 4 examples are known, and they have become prized collector's items. This coin, graded as PCGS Proof 66, was sold here for no less than $1,110,000. The pattern coins of 1792 are easily some of the most important coins in American numismatics, as they were the first pieces struck by the fledgling US Mint and would influence everything that came after. One of the rarest of those is this 1792 Deem pattern coin struck in copper, one of only 3 such examples known to exist with a smooth edge, a variety that was not even discovered until almost 100 years after being originally minted. This coin, the finest known of those, at a grade of MS-64 red brown by PCGS, was sold at auction for $1.5 million. The 1835 classic head proof half eagle is one of the rarest coin issues in US numismatics. Its initial mintage, like so many of its contemporaries, remains unknown, but today only 3 coins are known to exist. Amazingly, 2 of those were once owned by John J. Pittman, and one of them is now being curated by the Smithsonian, forever off the market as a result. This example is the finest of those coins, graded by PCGS as Proof 67 plus Deep Cameo and sold at auction for $1,800,000. The story of the fabled SS Central America is one that has been well documented over the years. The fabled ship of gold was en route to New York, laden with California gold, both in bars from private assayers and coins from the San Francisco Mint, when on September the 9th, 1857, the steamer got caught in a hurricane off the coast of the Carolinas. The ship and her crew and passengers of 578 souls fought valiantly, but on the 12th succumbed to the ocean's wrath, both off course and hidden under 8,000 feet of water. It would take almost exactly 130 years for the shipwreck to be discovered again. Laying there, undisturbed, was this gold ingot from the firm of Just and Hunter, the 8th largest gold ingot by any assayer recovered from the SS Central America, clocking in at an astounding 649.15 ounces of California gold, offered here at auction and sold for the price of $2,130,000. Subscribe to WNN and feel free to watch another video about amazing Lincoln cents sold at this exact same auction right here next. For the World Numismatic News, I am Numisman saying thank you for watching, keep collecting, and have a fantastic day.